morning. Today is my birthday and I'm heading out on a week-long road trip. So this ought to be a ton of fun. It is really cold here right now. I think it is like 22 degrees, but where I'm going is supposed to be no colder than 32 at night and a little warmer during the day. I'm gonna head down the Oregon coast. I'm heading right now to Beverly Beach State Park. We are at Beverly Beach State Park. It took about 5 hours to get here driving time. A little bit more than that with some stops. There are yurts here. And I am looking for spot A33. And then the dogs and I are gonna go to the beach. Woohoo! So here is my campsite. I've got a nice little picnic table. And it's pretty private. Sorry about the light. But I am really glad it's sunny. That bridge is Highway 101, so it'll be a little loud during the day, but the van's pretty insulated, so that's not so bad. The spot was perfectly level. I didn't have to do anything, and now I'm gonna walk right to this road, make a right, and go under that bridge to the beach. They're so glad to not be in the car, and to be honest, I am too. It's a little stream, and lots of dogs are here. They're excited. I think they're gonna make friends. Beverly Beach is just 5 miles south of Depoe Bay, I think. Here we go, under the bridge. It is 4:30, so we don't have a ton of light left, maybe an hour, but that's okay. We're gonna hang out here for the night. Tomorrow we're gonna check out some places around here, including Depoe Bay. Geological formation here with this like sideways ridge. Ooh. All right, we walked a half mile down the beach. Now we're heading back towards the campground. What a beautiful place. Another thing about these rocks is there's shells. Frodo, thanks. There's shells embedded in them. Frodo, you're in my way. Well, that was beautiful. We got to watch the sunset. And now I am going to make myself some dinner, and it is dark and cold outside, but still pretty toasty in here. When it starts to cool down, I'll get the heater going. I've got some kind of a static electricity issue. I'm gonna make some fajitas. I'm gonna start out by cutting up these bell peppers and onion. All cut up. I'm gonna throw the vegetables in with the meat in a minute, and then I'll put in some seasoning. All right, here goes nothing. Dave went and ended up getting me 2 of these beautiful gourmet cupcakes. So happy birthday to me. What a great day it's been, and what a great start to an amazing week of adventure. Well, it was a cold night, but the heater kept us pretty warm. The showers here did not take coins, they were free. So I got a good shower and enjoyed some coffee, walked the dogs to the beach a little, but it is high tide. I have another coffee to go. Now we're gonna go out and explore the area. There's a couple of cool things I want to show you. beautiful day. There are people surfing down there in that cold, cold water. Tons of people up here gearing up to go out. We're here at Devil's Punch Bowl State Park. And there it is. It's probably really impressive at a high tide when it's just churning around in there. I'm at a kind of high tide, but it's not super high today in general. I believe this formed when a sea cave, the top collapsed. And I heard that it was 2 sea caves, but the second one might actually be that, like more of a slot over here. We'll see if we can get a better look at that one. A roofless sea cave, and you can go in here at really low tide. I've seen videos, but you gotta really know what you're doing so that you can get out. There's not a place to really climb up if you get stuck. This is the area we're at. It's called Otter Rock. But I was reading that while sea otters were hunted almost to extinction and came back really well in California and Washington, they haven't made as much of a comeback in Oregon. So I'm not sure if there's many otters here at Otter Rock. I see something though. When I saw the whiskers, I hoped it was a sea otter, but it was this cute harbor seal chomping on a fish. There were also some cormorants hanging out on the rocks. What a beautiful day to be at the ocean. This is incredible. It feels pretty warm too. It did get to freezing last night, but I think today it might be up in the 50s. The Devil's Punch Bowl here was about maybe a mile from the campground. Super short drive. And this is a pretty good place for whale watching probably, but not until about March. I'm here in January. So the dogs and I are going to walk through the picnic area just to get them a little exercise, and then we'll head to the next place. I found where the surfers are going down to the beach. So I think we're going to go down these stairs. We're getting closer, but there's some more stairs. I would not want to run up and down this with a surfboard. There's all those surfers out there. Not a lot of big waves. That was 102 stairs back up from the beach, and definitely warmed me up. So now we are heading to the next spot. We are entering our next destination, which is the little town of Depoe Bay. It was named after a Native American. I think his name was John Depoe. He worked at a military trade depot. And there are a couple really special things about this town that I'm excited to check out and show you. This is the seawall at Depoe Bay. We're going to walk along it. We'll go up this way and then we'll come back. And then I'll check out some of the little shops here. It's pretty cool. Wow, this slot goes all the way in. You're supposed to be on the seawall, Frodo, but that's pretty cute. Here's a big one. There's a geyser there. This is spouting horns. This one might be big enough to make the horns spout. Yeah, that's awesome. I could spend all day here. beautiful little place. I could watch this for hours, the waves coming in. Wow. All right, it was Charlie Depoe. This is the Depoe Bay Whale Watching Museum. It's free and it's open 10 to 4 Wednesday through Sunday, but it is closed for the winter season. The whales aren't going to be back until March. So we're gonna not be able to go in there, but what we're checking out now is the world's smallest harbor. So we're gonna come look at the entrance to the harbor, and then we're gonna try to get over on the other side and take a good look at that harbor itself. And there are Coast Guard boats stationed here as well. So there's their breakwater, but you can see it's pretty turbulent to get in there. And I don't know if you can tell on the scale or not, but this is not a big inlet. And if you go wrong, there are rocks on both sides. So this is not only the world's smallest harbor, but to me it looks like a pretty dangerous one to get in and out of as well. Solid rock on both sides. I think I read it's 50 feet across. Then you go under Highway 101. It's a bridge we drove across to get in here. And it's just like swirling water till you get to this, just to the bridge. It starts to really calm down. We are going down underneath the bridge on a pedestrian underpass, which is super nice because the highway is pretty busy. So pretty. Here's our first glimpse at the world's smallest harbor. And the sun is right in our eyes, but hopefully you can see that's pretty cool. There's the inlet, and there's the little harbor with its little Coast Guard station. Very cool. I am eating clown chowder and crab and shrimp melt at the Sea Hag. I've had a lot of chowders and no joke, this is one of the best I've ever had. Our next stop was the Yakina Head Outstanding Natural Area and Yakina Head Lighthouse. This is the lighthouse we can see from the beach by our campground. So first we're going to look down here towards the tide pools. The tide is going out. And then I think there's a trail that the dogs can go on back towards the visitor center. They're not allowed on the little loop around the lighthouse, so I'll put them back in the van before I do that part. More stairs. So we're heading down to Cobble Beach and tide pools. And I thought he said no dogs at the tide pools either, but there's no sign that says no dogs. So that's where we're going. This is a cobble beach. It's all these rolled, smooth gray rocks. This sounds really cool. Let's go this way. I see some green sea anemones here. here is a picture of what it used to look like with the lighthouse keepers facilities still here, and this fenced in area was used for garden, south facing, but you have to be pretty hardy to be up here on the top of this hill. All the buildings are gone now except the lighthouse itself. We're gonna take a trail. It looks like it goes to the top of this little hill, and why not? All right, this little hike is called Salal Hill. Aptly named, this hill is covered with salal. All of this evergreen right here, this stuff is salal. Looks like it's pretty solid salal with some ferns peeking through maybe. Really cool. I'm glad we decided to do this. We're facing north, and just up there, about 2.5 miles or so, is Beverly Beach Campground, where we'll be for that second night. Woohoo! We're at the top of Salal Hill. Great view of the lighthouse. Here's looking north. And there's south. The bright sun on the water. Gorgeous. So I guess what we're standing on is really kind of what's left of Yakina Head, because they used the material here from 1917 to 1983 for building the coastal highway here, for building Highway 101. Wow. All right, we're heading back down, and then the dogs aren't allowed on the little paved loop around the lighthouse, so I'll check that out. I think Yakina Lighthouse was first operational in 1873, and the lamp in it originally was a 9-foot tall lamp that burned lard oil and could be seen for 20 miles out to sea. I read that Yakina Lighthouse at 93 feet tall is the tallest lighthouse in Oregon. Above the door it says 1872. American Crow. We're on the north side of the lighthouse now. In the spring, this is a popular bird breeding site. And here's facing south. This is where the cobble beach is, right there, and the tide pools. And all the seals are sunning themselves right now. This site has a memorial to fishermen that have been lost at sea, especially Pacific Northwest fishermen. Walking back to the car now, and you can see Salal Hill that we climbed just a few minutes ago. Well, thanks for coming along on my visit to Yakina Head Lighthouse. That little Salal Hill trail was 3/4 of a mile long round trip and 184 feet of elevation gain. Beautiful place. What a great area. All of these things that I visited today were just within 10-15 minutes of each other. We're gonna go back to the camp and relax, and got some fun stuff in store in the next couple days to show you as well, but that'll be the next video.